Disappointing New Orleans. Where they going, Chuck?
Galveston, that dirty ass water. We not even gonna send them to Cancun. We gonna send them to Galveston where that dirty ass water be washing up on the shore. You people think they in the beach. Y'all located, we y'all gonna send y'all to Cancun. Y'all drive y'all quit. Drive your ass down to Galveston. Come on, man.
So they're not taking a little.
Come on, they didn't even try, man. No, we're not getting them no plane ticket to the beach. We send their ass to Galveston, Texas, right where that dirty water washed up on the beach. They can't even get in the water. Come on, man.
What is up, everybody out there? Welcome back to the Conference Call Podcast. Please go rate and review the show on all your podcast platforms, and please go subscribe on YouTube, which will help boost this platform, like I always say, more than it ever has been. Welcome back, y'all. I hope you guys like the heat. I hope you guys are fucking enjoying it, because even in the Central Coast, it gets hot out here because we have no AC out here because it's always cold because we're by the ocean and it's hot, and it's me bitching when it's 85 degrees out here. Actually, I'm not. Fuck you guys. Fuck all you guys. It is not bad out here. This shit is not bad out here. I feel bad for all you guys that are just pissing through all of your fucking monthly earnings to sustain a livable lifestyle in this fucking horrific heat that is just bearing down in California right now. And anybody else who's listening to this around the world, if you are experiencing heat, I hope you are dealing with it a lot better than what we are out here, because everybody out here in the United States, and mostly in California that I see on my feeds, we're bitching and complaining on how fucking cold it was, and I can't wait till it's summertime, summer girls, blah, 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 blah. Now that they got hit with some fucking hot ass heat, they're like, I don't like this. And guess what? That's what California is all about. You get the best of all types of weather out here. You get all seasons. California is phenomenal. It is really quite glorious if it wasn't ran by a fucking shithead. I don't care. I'm not getting into politics, but California, it could be way better if it wasn't so goddamn expensive to live out here. It's literally you cannot sustain a livelihood out here unless you are making 250,000 plus. Easy. I'm not exaggerating. Anyways, so I'm out here in the Central Coast. I just have fans running. I have one ceiling fan in my living room. I have a ceiling fan and a personal fan in my room. And that's it. Oh, and I have a floor fan for the dogs. And we all have tile floors. It is so cool in here. I walked in the house today, and normally I don't like to open up the windows because of the heat and all that stuff. I walked in and I was like, holy shit, it's nice and cool in here. We got a couple days of fuck you type weather, and now it's getting back to normal. It was the best decision to fucking leave the desert. I mean, not to talk shit about anybody that lives out in the desert. I lived out in the desert my entire life. Ever since I can remember living in my parents' home that they bought out in Lake LA, in the Antelope Valley, out in the middle of fucking nowhere. From there, all the way up until leaving to the Central Coast, going on 4 years ago. I'm 42 years old. I must have lived out in the desert for 30 plus years. I earned this. I fucking earned this change. And it's a change that most people don't ever want to do. Think about it like that. Most people that don't leave the place they grew up in, it's just they just love and they don't want to change. They don't want to adapt to something else. Like I said before, I am a broken record, but you know what? Ever since I moved to to Palm Springs from the Antelope Valley, which I resided most of my life. Once I moved out to the Coachella Valley, I'm not gonna say Palm Springs is desert hot springs. It was like the Boondocks. It was like the shittier hood place of the Coachella Valley, and Palm Springs was on the other side of the freeway, of the 10 freeway. But I didn't have any bad experiences out in Desert Hot Springs. It was actually, they treated me very well out there, and the people were phenomenal. So, and the Miracle Springs, talk about a place. Even though people that have heard of Desert Hot Springs are like, oh my God, this place is shitty. Even my buddy, when I told him I was moving out there, the fat guy, Guillermo, he was like, dude, you better watch out. It's fucking dangerous out there. I'm like, it's fucking dangerous anywhere you walk out. You walk outside at night, anywhere, it's going to be fucking dangerous. You have a potential of something bad happening to you. It's just like that in California right now. So when I moved out there, I didn't have any bad experiences. I even had the greatest experiences going to Palm Springs and getting opened up to that culture. So anyways, wait, I don't want to get fucking all into this shit. Whatever. Whatever. I hope you guys are all just dealing with this shit the way you are dealing with it. I'm just so done with hearing all the bitching and complaining. Just find a place that you are just happy with. I am not complaining. It's an ongoing joke in my house. When it gets too hot in here and me and my wife start bitching at one another, we look at each other and we look at the temperature. We have it on our fridge, which I don't want to sound bougie. Sorry about that. But we do have a screen on our fridge and it shows the temperature. And we look at it and we go, it's 75 or 78 or 80 degrees. And we go, well, that's a humbling experience. That just snaps us back into fucking reality that we live in a really nice area and we were living in 110, 115 degree weather in this time of age, in this time 5 years ago. It's so crazy how you adapt to a certain place and then you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we lived in the other city for as long as we did. How did we do it? When my wife and I went back to Palm Springs, it was like 113 degrees and we looked at each other and we're like, how the fuck did we do it? How on earth did we live out here for so long? I remember we would fucking have our AC cranked all day long and we could not get it down to 80 degrees. 80 was the lowest we can get it to. And it was just pumping. That bill was so thick, dude. And that's when we were just like, no, we're done. So, I hope it doesn't last too long. I hope it just mellows out where everybody can just enjoy it. And it's not too bad. Okay, let's just have a great summer without having like any heat strokes and shit. Let's be smart about things. All right, let's feel good about our decisions. Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, all kidding aside, I had a phenomenal weekend as I went and saw Ghost the band. No, they're like, how did you go see Ghost? I didn't go see them live. They're not performing live, people. But their movie right here, right now, is out in theaters. Well, it was out in theaters for 3. Actually, I think they added 2 more shows. That could be over with right now too. But it was over the weekend and we ordered tickets to go see. And I honestly thought going into this, and you may think this would sound really silly, but I knew seeing them last September that they were doing something special because we had to shut our phones off. I talked about this in the podcast before. We had to back up our phones, shut them off, back up our phones. There was no phone access, nothing. And we saw cameras everywhere. I looked at my wife and I go, this is something, they're doing something. They're filming some sort of like video, some sort of movie, some sort of documentary. Something is going on. And lo and behold, they come out with this movie right here, right now. We bought tickets and when we went in to go see it on Saturday, it was like in the afternoon. It was like at 3:00 when we went to go see it because we're old as fuck. And we're like, by the time this is over with, we're going to be able to come home and comfortably relax. We were planning like adults. So we went to go see it, and I had no expectations to see this movie theater filled up at all because in the area that I live in, it's like 20 or 30 minutes outside of the area I live in. It's a small little city, nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting that I would expect out of this area to go see Ghost. Well, I go over there and it is just filled, not like the very bottom where like all the fucking like psychopaths and fucking savages sit, where like you're just looking straight up at the screen and you're just like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing, this is fucking intense. You guys are fucking nuts. There is no movie worth it. I think the only movie that I ever saw that fucking close was Star Wars. I think that's when the 7th movie came out, like the new saga and shit like that with Rey and all that other shit and Kylo Ren. I think that was the latest movie I saw that was super cool. I don't even know if that was it. It could have been something earlier than that. I'm not sure. I just know it was a long fucking time ago and I'd never do it again because it was so uncomfortable. So that bottom row was not filled up at all, but everything above was almost completely filled up. I was shocked with all the people that were there. But here is my only gripe, and nothing against these people here. Actually, it's everything against you people here. You guys kind of fucked my buzz up because A, nobody fucking cheered. Nobody did anything to show any type of hype of seeing this. We're in a theater packed with people that are there to see the same fucking band that you are. So no one said shit. No one yelled. No one cheered. Me and my lady cheered and it was dead silent. No one even fucking like applauded or, followed up with us. We felt like those two assholes. And I was at the point where I was going to ask, like, are we not going to cheer or sing or do any of this shit? I should have done it because I had a fucking horrible time. I mean, no, it was a great fucking time. I enjoyed it because I was with my wife. We enjoyed it. We were in our zone like everybody else, which sucks dicks because A, what they did in those shows they did at the Kia Forum that I saw one of them at, that they recorded with a whole bunch of people that had no phone access. What they did and put in this movie was fucking awesome. I can honestly not wait. This was really shitty too because I think the sound they put in it, they put it in the wrong theater because it just had no thud to it. It was just kind of bland. I think they could have like boosted it up a little bit more. But overall, what they filmed, how they did it, their whole set was fucking great. Laughed, I cried. The storyline, there was a great storyline behind it too. And if you don't know anything about Ghost, which I learned a lot just based off of this movie, that the previous singer only had like an album or so, or even one album with Ghost before the new singer, Papa, fucking took over, and he's been with the band for longer than what they said in the movie, longer than what the reign is supposed to be. And it was just really good how they blended everything together, and the show was phenomenal. The music is so fucking good. When the movie comes out digitally, when you're able to do, pre-order it, it's like in a heartbeat. It was that fucking good. I can't wait to watch it in my home. I can't wait to watch it in my home and have the thud and just fucking rocking. Oh man, it was a great experience. I'm sorry that if you guys are Ghost fans out there and you didn't get to see it, I got to experience it twice live, which, like I said, there is no better experience than watching a show, comedy show, live concert, anything like that with no cell phones. There's no better feeling than that. And that's coming from an era where that's where it was prominent. There was no cell phones back in the early 90s, in the early 2000s, really. For the shows I was going to, you rarely saw that shit. You had some money if you had a cell phone in the fucking early 2000s. You were fucking balling. No. None of us. We had pagers, and we had to fucking page people and go to a payphone and make it happen. So, watching that and seeing it live, it just felt so good again. It was a great experience. Please go see them. I think if you're into like that classic rock, really kind of like anthem-y type feel, you would really love this whole experience that they put on at their show. It's just, I still to this day, if we didn't see the 1975, Ghost was probably going to surpass like Taylor Swift and honestly Taylor Swift, because if 1975 wasn't there, we wouldn't even be talking about it. Ghost would be like number one. But I did see the 1975 last year, and they were epic. They were fucking great too. I mean, which kind of like, I had a lot of great shows last year, but man, this year is fucking starting out great too. Got to see Bill Burr, check. The greatest of all time, I got to see him, check. Went and saw Odessa, one of my favorite groups of all time, check, with my daughter, check, double check. Man, it's great. Oh, hi, Chowder. Oh, shit. Hi, how are you? You want to say hi to the people out there? Yeah. He's making biscuits. So, people out there, if you don't know what making biscuits are, that's when a cat extends its claws and starts gripping the shit out of something. And that's called making biscuits. And right now he's making biscuits on my leg, and it's fucking hurting really bad. Because with this cat, he is really hard to cuddle. You may think, why is that? He's cuddling right now. Well, it took a long time to get to this spot. And he doesn't allow anybody to cut his claws. Ow. And he just fucking went after my foot. He jumped down, and then he swiped at my foot. You're cute. You can hear that he's still purring and shit like that, but that's his love taps. That's how he shows love. He fucks my wife up, though. Like, he knows if he goes at me super aggressive, I'll fuck him up. I'm asserting my dominancy over any animal. That's just, if I'm feeding you, I'm taking care of you, you're going to show me respect. You're not going to fuck me up without getting the fucking ramifications. But my wife, she just gets beat the fuck up by any type of animal because she just loves animals to death. She chooses animals over fucking humans. And this cat shows that he does not give a fuck. And we have in our hallway, there's like this little kind of like closet cutout where there's no doors and it's just shelving. And we have a kind of like a light curtain that drapes over it so you can't see it. So he hides out in there. And when people walk by, he just swipes at your feet and shit. He's my spirit animal. He's the great cats. I never thought I would ever fucking own a cat or be a cat lover just because being raised by my dad and how much he hated him. I just never thought it would be ever in my household, period. But now that I have two cats and now I have a personal white cat, he's fucking sweet. Hey, you can't play with that. Now he's fucking around with my cords. Okay. So I went and saw that. And that was just, hey, stop doing that, dude. That's fucking mine. Let go. Hey, let go, dude. He's tearing up my fucking headphones right now. Hey, you need to get out. Get out of here. Fucking jerk off. Okay, so that was just past weekend. I don't really ever talk about MMA anymore. I hardly ever do. It's really not much to talk about just because I miss my Gibbs. I miss the Bearded Bros Tap Out show. I really do. It brings a lot of hard memories when I do talk about it because I miss talking with him about it. Because he's the fucking Joe Rogan of MMA in my life. And he just knows so much, and his memory of MMA is just phenomenal. I must have just brutalized my brain growing up just because I don't retain any type of fucking important knowledge. So, but this weekend was supposed to be the big Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler fight. And Conor has a broken toe, so he pulled out at the last minute. And now, from 6 months prior, I believe, Alex Pereira is fighting Yuri Prohaska for the fucking light heavyweight title fight on a fucking banger of a fucking card. Actually, I didn't even know who was on this. It was Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez, Anthony Smith, Roman Doltes. I fucked that one up. Myra Bueno Silva, Macy Chiasson. But this fight, Ian Machado Gary against Michael Venom Page. This one, I'm so surprised that this one is not the fucking Actually, I think it is the co-headliner. I think they bumped this up to the co-headline because I was watching the UFC Embedded, and they were, besides Pereira and Prohaska, they were talking about Venom Page and Gary. I think that is the co-headliner. Yeah, they got this card all mixed up on the UFC event setup. So this fight is going to be a fucking banger right here. And everybody's sleeping on fucking Ian Gary just because of all his cuckold fucking past with his wife and shit like that. Michael Venom Page is a savage. He's a dangerous, fast, unorthodox fucking fighter that can hit you in all different directions. Ian Gary is no fucking joke. I think this one is going to be fight of the night. I honestly, I know people are saying Pereira and Prohaska, if it goes 4 rounds, 3 to 4 rounds, we're going to be fucking lucky. We will be so lucky in that fight. This one right here, this Ian Gary and Venom Page, I truly hope it's the co-headliner because I think it's going to be a 5-round, and that has the potential to go 5 rounds, and that's going to be potential fight in the night. You can fucking mark it down on your books. That's going to be a big fucking possibility. That is happening this Saturday, June 29th on pay-per-view. It is going to be so fucking good. I want people to come over and enjoy it so we can all fucking go nuts. But people have been sick lately and you can't come over. People be so safe out there because there's this fucking nasty ass sickness that's going around that is just chopping people apart, man. People are coughing up lungs. They feel like their body is being fucking pressed, like their ribs are being just crushed on both sides when they're trying to breathe and shit. My wife's been dealing with it for 2 weeks. I had a bad cough. I talked about it last time. And I'm just barely getting over it. I'm sure you could hear my voice from last podcast right now. I'm 110% better than when I was last week. I'm still coughing up some bullshit. I'm not fucking helping myself by smoking and shit like that, but I need my sleep right now. But that's going to be changing soon too. I'm going to start weaning and changing things up so I can get the smoking out of my life too. I need to start making changes. I need to just do it. And psychologically, I'm not pushing myself, and I have to. And I think July is going to be the greatest time to do it because right now I'm fucking 4 more days until this month's over with. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. And it's almost the weekend. Oh, absolutely. And UFC 305s this weekend. There's no fucking way I'm going to fucking quit anything this weekend. So, anywho, watch, if you're a big UFC fan or you're a big martial arts fan, you should definitely watch that this weekend. So, that's happening this weekend. Holy shit, people. 4th of July is literally a week away. What are you doing? Did you take the entire fucking weekend off? Because 4th of July falls on a Thursday, people. I'm going to be here. Really enjoying myself. I have the rest of the weekend off. I have Friday off because I'm a go see New Kids on the Block with Paula Abdul and DJ Jazzy Jeff. And some people are like, who in the fuck are you talking about? Well, the first real fucking boy band ever to come out in the late 80s. Yeah, New Kids on the Block. You know that guy Mark Wahlberg? His brother Donnie Wahlberg was in a boy band before he became a fucking nonstop cop on the fucking big screen. New Kids on the Block, people. New Kids on the Block came out in 84. I'm looking off of Wikipedia right now, so I'm not going to go over their entire fucking career, but I started at 84. Things didn't drop until fucking 86, 87 when they dropped their debut album, which they had like Be My Girl, which was okay, and then Stop It Girl, which was all right. But Hangin' Tough is when things started fucking really popping for me. I was like, holy shit, this fucking album is fucking awesome. Like they had just hearing Please Don't Go Please Don't Go Girl, Hangin' Tough, absolutely just right then and there. You Got It, I'll Be Loving You. Oh my god, dude, they had bangers on all this shit. People, this was the original boy band. This was like, they came out like 13, based off of this, they came out like 13 years before NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, before people even thought about that. First off, do you know Cisco, who sang the thong song? He was in a band called Drew Hill. Is that like a boy band? I don't know. Was Boyz II Men a boy band? No, I guess they didn't dance and shit like that. But I guess they did. They had like hip hop, like dance. I don't know. Were they the very first? They were the very first like global stars. And now I'm going to go see them in their 50s. I'll tell you what though. They're going to fucking put on a good show. I'm going to be blown away. Watch. I'm not going to go in there and think, oh, I don't have any high expectations. No, I know they're going to go in there and fucking blow my mind away. I think they are. There's no way that they're going to go on this fucking world tour and suck dicks. If they do and be like Enrique Iglesias, where his auto-tune's completely off, and he's like, and he still went out there and did it. That is ballsy beyond belief. That he's just like, fuck it, I need the money anyways. I don't care if I turn into a meme. I don't care if I become into a global fucking laughing stock. I need that money. These guys are going to put on a show where they could potentially do it one more time or just be relevant for a fucking tour. Who cares? If you can do it, fucking why not? I would fucking I would do anything to play one last show at the Whiskey A Go-Go with my old Guilt by Association band. Just with the right members. It would just be me, JD, and Britt, and then we just find the right drummer because we had so many fucking drummers. Who could we fucking choose from that we would want ever to come back and fill in? that would be like ideal. That'd be so fucking great. So I don't blame these fucking dudes. If they can do it, let's fucking do it. Let's rock, man. If you have it, fucking do it. And Paula Abdul, she still looks amazing. I'm excited. I'm so excited about this shit. And what makes this more exciting is I just found by the way, if you don't think New Kids on the Block brings anybody together, I am going to see one of my friends that I have not seen since graduation of 2000. 24 years ago. This is going to be the first time I have seen her. Me and my wife are going to this New Kids on the Block show. She just hit me up. She's like, hey, are you and the wife going? And I'm like, as a matter of fact, I am going. I'm like, are you? And she's like, yeah, me and my friend are going. And I'm like, fucking boom. I could not fucking believe that this show, of all shows that is going on, that this was the show that I would ever fucking, that would align us together. She was like one of my greatest friends in high school. One of my greatest. And honestly, we went distant because, she had dated, friends of mine. And I felt like if I kept friends with her like closely, which I should have, I shouldn't even given a fuck about these other guys because most of them I'm not even friends with anymore. And I still stay friends with her. I distanced myself from the one person that actually was a good individual to me all the fucking time and went with people that just, A, didn't give a fuck about me, and B, was just like, whatever. That's my bad. So I'm just going to say to M, I'm going to call her M. To M out there, I love you, girl. I fucked up. I should have been in your life more. You were such a great friend. You and your entire family, your brother, your mom, your whole entire family were great to me. So welcoming. I am so excited to see you. I cannot wait to share a drink and share this show and experience with you. I love you, friend. This makes me so excited beyond belief. I didn't think I would get any more excited about this show. And now that I get to see someone that means a lot to me, it's just, I'm to the moon and beyond. I'm just so excited. Oh, gosh. So I have that. I mean, just look at me. I can fucking barely breathe how excited I am about what's going on right now. And I just fucking found out right now that Odessa, we just saw Odessa recently at the BMO Stadium. And I just talked about it. And now they are playing, they're doing a live stream July 6th. I just told you I have 4th of July and the whole entire weekend off. Saturday, July 6th, they are doing a live stream at the Gorge Amphitheater in Washington, where they are from. They're doing a live stream. And in my theater, I get to see Odessa perform one more time. We're in a digital age of just fucking greatness. If you are not consuming it and being a part of it right now. I did not realize that this particular site that does this live event for Odessa, that you can do like a streaming like access like yearly, where bands do these live performances and you can get like discounts and purchase them, and you can watch them perform live from around the world. Like I saw Imagine Dragons, Bad Omens, Odessa is performing. This is crazy. Like we're in such a crazy digital world right now. I'm so excited about watching this and experiencing that. Honestly, I'm telling you, the best part about being that time of COVID and shit, when we were able to purchase, theater movies right then and there from home. Honestly, we didn't realize how fucking great that was, people, because that was bitchin'. I would love to have every single fucking treat in my house right now, and then just buy whatever movies that's going on and not experience any fucking buddy's bullshit. That was so much fun. And now that I'm going to be able to see one of my favorite groups again live in the comfort of my own home in my little theater setup, my little movie theater setup. This fucking year is awesome. Besides all the financial struggles that everybody's dealing with around the world by how inflation is just fucking burying everybody, this fucking year is fucking so great and entertaining so far, and it hasn't even fucking ended yet. It's not even halfway through. Oh, it's fucking awesome. People, I'm going to leave you with that. Oh, I do want to say thank you so much. The algorithm that you guys are doing must be helping out so much, because the views and listens that I'm experiencing day in and day out is so, it was blowing my mind away. I talked to my wife about it. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, it's all these great people that either are talking about this show or conversating about certain things that they may adapt to this particular conversation, or may have a certain interest in the topic I'm talking about. I don't know, whatever it is. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are making this something more than just a hobby, but something that I care so much about, and more people are listening. And that's all that matters. It's just listening and agreeing and disagreeing. That's life. That's really how simple it is, people. And when you deter away from simplicity, you really make things more difficult than what they really are. All right, everybody, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Please go rate and review the show on all your podcast platforms. Please go subscribe on YouTube. And as always, keep positive and stay classy.